Hello, I'm Tim Cunningham, and you are watching Simply Jazz.
Alright, so tell me, where ought to start for Tim Cunningham?
It all started with me back in junior high school. I was playing drums first because I saw my brother playing drums in high school, and the next year in 7th grade I told my junior high school band director, Mr. Amel Island, to give me a different instrument. And the saxophone sounded like something that was very interesting. So took up the saxophone. Within the first couple of weeks, I could tell that it was something that I was really going to like and really keep playing, because I was picking it up pretty easily. And I was picking up tunes from television. I was playing Sanford and Son, go way back to the mid-'70s. Tunes, the theme from the Waltons. And I got to high school. Fortunately, they had a jazz band. A lot of high schools don't have jazz band programs. And I was very fortunate. I was playing football, playing basketball and running track. But jazz, my jazz band class was always, priority for me. I mean, I love sports, but the music was always priority for me. And that's pretty much how it all started. And as my high school band director, my junior high band director came over from Waterford Junior High School, and then he came to my high school. So I had him for a total of like 6 years.
So now, tell me about your collaborations. Your collaborations in the past, see any collaborations in the future, presently? Tell us about your collaborations with other artists.
I've done some collaborations with Bobby Lyle, who's a phenomenal piano player on Atlantic Records. Bobby and I met back in the early 90s, and I did some stuff with him, and then he said, you know what, let me try to see what I can do about getting you on to our label. And I was in Chicago at the time, and I got to Sylvia Rohn, who was the president. I got to her through a woman at Ebony Magazine. So and that's how I ended up getting my record deal. We went out to New York a couple of times for a showcase. Ironically, she never showed up, but she still gave us the record deal. So I collaborated with him. I did some stuff with Brian Culbertson. He actually produced 2 tracks on the Atlantic Records CD. Will Downing actually sang some background vocals for me on that CD as well. Sonny Emery, drummer that played with Earth, Wind & Fire for many, many years, and he wrote a track for the CD as well, and did some stuff with Kirk Whalam's brother, Kevin Whalam, who always performs with Kirk and also does his own shows. He's a phenomenal jazz singer. I've opened for several people. We did the Cincinnati Jazz Fest from 1994 to 1999. We were the opening act for 6 years in a row. And that was because of the sponsor, Coors. They saw me in Chicago, and we got together and we started doing some events together for them. And they were promoting the Cincinnati Jazz Festival at the time. So I ended up, got in really good with them and was on the show, like I said, for 6 years in a row. My name even ended up being on the T-shirts and stuff, and it was really cool. So.
Okay. So, tell me about your future collaborations that you want. What people do you want to collaborate with that are out there right now?
The people that are out there now, that I actually, I haven't really thought about it that much, but since this style of music, contemporary jazz, if you will, has turned so much toward the R&B side, that's pretty much what you're going to hear every saxophone player doing now, because we're trying to get radio time with R&B stations because the jazz stations are gone. You know, all the smooth jazz stations are now pretty much on the radio. There are a few out there. LA still got something going, Phoenix, San Francisco, few cities, but you know, major cities like Chicago shut down, St. Louis, which is where I'm at, shut down years ago. We've been gone in St. Louis since 2004. So I would actually like to get with some of the younger R&B artists, you know, out here and try to collaborate with them because I see that as being the future. And I think that if you don't evolve with the music, eventually your music's going to be played out. I think when you think about, and I kind of learned that from just the whole contemporary style back in the 70s when Grover Washington and David Sanborn and these guys started doing like R&B songs and even pop songs. You know, David was doing, you know, James Taylor stuff. So I think if you don't evolve, that, like I said, the music's going to die. And I think about Miles Davis. Miles was obviously a traditional trumpet player, traditional jazz player, and the one album that he put out, he did did the Michael Jackson song, you know. So again, I would really like to hook up with some younger R&B artists, and maybe even some, you know, maybe some established artists as well, to get out there and do some stuff with.
Okay. So what's on the horizon for Tim Cunningham?
What's on the horizon would be new projects coming out. I am working on my next CD, which I'm trying to get out before October. I'm really trying to get it in September, but I'm just looking at my schedule and just trying to be realistic. It might not be till October. So I'm working on the new CD with my keyboard player that I've been with, Darius Savage, for the last 3 years. And we are also working on getting a Christmas CD out before the Christmas season starts. So it's going to be a lot of work. The Christmas CD, fortunately, won't take as much time because these are tunes that we know, we're familiar with. But the jazz CD is going to be pretty much all original music, so it's going to take a little bit more time. But that's what I'm doing, and I'm still just promoting myself and trying to get myself out here and play as many jazz festivals, as many clubs as possible, and even trying to make some connections over in the other parts of the world.
Okay.
I'd like to say to all my fans out there who have seen me perform, or if you've not seen me perform, please get out there and look for me on YouTube. I've got several videos up there. All of my music is pretty much on YouTube. We've got some new projects coming up. My brand new CD will be out roughly September, October in the fall, and we're looking at finishing a Christmas CD as well. So please look me up at timcunningham.com. Also, when you go to Google and type in Tim Cunningham, I am the first one that comes up. I would really love for you all to come out and see me perform live when you get an opportunity.